Good morning students. Welcome back in your social science class. Students, now today we are going to study about our chapter number 13, functioning of Indian democracy. As we know, we already discussed about the democracy in our previous chapter. Now, today we will study about Indian administrative systems, characteristics of federal form of government and divisions of administrative powers. So students, we are going to study about Indian democratic system and functioning of Indian democracy. India is an important democratic republic in the world. The framers of our Indian constitution adopted a parliamentary form of government, and under the democratic setup, under this system, the executives at the center is responsible to the parliament and the executive in the state. The parliament and executives in the state is responsible to the legislative assembly. The executives is of two types of normal and the other one real based on the powers they are able to execute. The framers of constitutions have adopted a federal form of government for India in which there is a mix of unity and the federal system. There is one government of the whole country which is known as federal form of or central government. Besides, there is a government for such states which is known as state government, and the division of powers and between the central and the state government. After the independence, we adopted the process of national development which is based on the policy of democracy decided to the development of people's good. The objectives of administration it is to ensure social, political and economic justice for the public of the India. Now students, we talk about the Indian administrative system. The Indian administrative system is as follows. First is central government, second is state government and third is local government. We already see a chart here. Indian administrative system is divided into two parts, central government and state government. The central government compares the president, the prime minister, the chief ministers, India parliament and supreme court etc. The state government includes the governor, the chief minister, the cabinet ministers, the Vidhan Sabha and the high court etc. The chief minister, the cabinet minister, the Vidhan Sabha and the high court. The local government includes the municipal corporation, municipalities, districts, panchayat, janpad panchayat and gram panchayat, block samiti and etc. For the proper administration, the country is divided into states, venue, divisions, districts, tehsil and villages. In this way, the administrative setup is properly organized from top to bottom level. Here we can study this topic by this chart. Central government is divided into three parts: legislature, executive and judiciary. Legislature also divided into two parts, parliament and council of states like Rajya Sabha, executive, president, council of ministers including prime minister, judiciary, supreme court. Now we talk about the state government. State governments जो हैं उसके three organs हैं, judiciary, legislature, executive and judiciary. Legislature is also part legislative assembly and legislative council. Executive, governor, council of ministers including chief minister and judiciary, high court and district court. तो ये जो हमने यहाँ पर चार्ट देखा इसमें हमें ऑर्गन्स दिखाई देंगे गवर्नमेंट के, जो इस तरीके से डिवाइड किए सेंट्रल गवर्नमेंट और स्टेट गवर्नमेंट्स। दैट्स मीन कि इंडिया का जो एडमिनिस्ट्रेटिव सिस्टम है वो दो भागों में डिवाइड है, सेंट्रल गवर्नमेंट एंड स्टेट गवर्नमेंट, यानी केंद्र सरकार और राज्य सरकार। और फिर उस सेंट्रल गवर्नमेंट को भी यहाँ पर तीन भागों में यानी कि तीन ऑर्गन्स में, तीन अंगों में यहाँ पर डिवाइड किया गया है। और स्टेट गवर्नमेंट के भी यहाँ पर हमें 3 ऑर्गन्स दिखाई देंगे और फिर उसके भी सब ब्रांचेस हमें दिखाई देगी। टू मेक द डेमोक्रेटिक सेटअप particles and useful, the administrative powers are extended and given up to regional and the local level. For these, local self-government have been provided. Every unit of administration charge its duties and functions allotted to them. यानी कि सब लोग अपने जो भी सबको ड्यूटीज मिलती है, जो फंक्शंस होते हैं, उसको जो भी अलॉट किया जाता है उस काम में वो लग जाते हैं। So students, I hope you understand this topic well. Now we are going to study about characteristics of federal form of government. That form of government under which powers of the government are divided by the constitution between the central government, union government, and provisional of state government. The sources of the power is fact of both the governments in the constitution. The constitution is supreme. India has been termed in the constitution as a federation of states. The characteristics of the federal government are present in Indian constitution. In the federal by the constitution, in the federal form, the union and the state function within the limits of their rights and powers given by the constitution. Presently in India Federation there are 29 states and 7 centrally administrated states, union territories. The federal characteristics present in the Indian government system are as follows. Some characteristics of federal form of government is first is dual government, second is division of powers between the center and states, third is constitution to be supreme and in written form, fourth is supremacy of judiciary, and fifth is 2 houses of legislature. Now first is dual government. In the Indian Union there are both the government like union government and the state government. There is an executive in the union where there is a council of ministers and there are president and the prime minister, and there is a legislature, parliament of the people's representatives. Similarly in the states also there are executive and legislature within. There are governor and a council of minister under the chief minister, and a legislative assembly of people's representatives. These representatives is known as the dual form of government. Second is division of power. There is a division of power between the union and the state under the constitution. Accordingly, the center and the state makes law and run the administration as per the subjects. The powers have been decided in the constitution in the following manner. First is union list. 97 subjects of national importance are considered as the union list, in which subjects like defense, foreign affairs and defense forces and finance, communication and railways and are prominent. Now next is state list. The state list contains 62 subjects of the national importance like judiciary, justice, police, education, agriculture, social welfare, etc. are in the state list. Now students, we talk about supplementary and the written. Third is written form of constitution. Under the federal form of the government, written constitution is essential, is necessary. Written Third is written form of constitution. Under the federal form of the government, written constitution is necessary. Constitution is the supreme and the basic law of the country. The union and the state governments follow the constitution under the system of government. Fourth is judiciary. The supremacy of judiciary under the federal form of government, the supremacy and the judiciary is important. The Supreme Court is the protector of constitutions, law and division taken country. Fifth is two houses of the legislature. As per the federal form of government, Indian legislature has two houses. First house is called the parliament and the second one is called the council of states. The council of states, Rajya Sabha, represents the state. Now students, we are talk about division of administrative powers, यानी कि जो administrative powers है उनके division के बारे में हम बात करेंगे. Out of many characteristics features of the federal form of government in India, some features makes the federation strong. It is clear from the division of the power is the union has been given executive powers on the important subject. It is also be given importance in respect of law. There are certain provisions in the constitution through which the union executive effective control over the state. First is state government. The direction of the state government. The central government gives direction to the state government on objectives of international and national importance, and the states follows their directions. Subjects like national defense, political relations with foreign countries come under these category. यानी कि जो सेंट्रल गवर्नमेंट होती है वो स्टेट गवर्नमेंट को गाइडलाइन जो होती है वो बताती है या उन सब्जेक्ट्स के बारे में फॉलो देती है कि किन सब्जेक्ट्स पर उन्हें काम करना चाहिए. फिर चाहे उसमें पॉलिटिकल रिलेशंस हो, चाहे वो डिफेंस से रिलेटेड हो या फिर अदर कंट्रीज की रिलेशनशिप से मैटर करता हो. नेक्स्ट इज सम वर्क्स फ्रॉम यूनियन सब्जेक्ट टू दी स्टेट्स. द यूनियन executives can trust some works to state government. The union can give directives to the state to follow any international treaty or agreement. Third is all Indian services. In India, certain services are all India services like the Indian Administrative Services, IAS, the Indian Police Services, IPS, etc. Fourth is financial assessment. Fifth is power of parliament. Sixth is make laws and subjects mentioned in the state list, and many etc. Now students, we are going to talk about the 13.4 organs of the government. That is very important topic because जो गवर्नमेंट होती है उसके जो ऑर्गन्स होते हैं उसके बारे में हम बात करेंगे. देयर आर 3 organs of the government, that organs of the government which frames law is called legislature, and the organ which fishes of the law and the sure that they are followed is called the executives, and the organ which punish those who are not follow the laws and obey these laws then is called the judiciary. So these 3 organs makes government. So organs of the government is legislature, executive and judiciary. There are the 3 organs of government. First we are talk about the legislature. What is legislatures? Legislatures maybe have one to more houses. When there are two houses, the first one is called the lower house and the second is called upper house. The legislature performs many important functions. Important ones are framing laws, amendment in the constitution, administrative functions, to decide policies of state and the government, functions relating the finance, defense on subjects of house as decisions on the subjects and judicial functions and constitution and committees and the commissions and the control over the foreign policy work relating the election